Hey guys, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how I track my books. And I do it in a lot of different ways. So hang tight and I'll show you the 4 or 5 different ways I track my books simultaneously because I'm a dork. Alright, let's get to it. To talk about this, I am going to bring you through my 2020 reading journal to see how exactly I track my books in this journal, but I have several ways, so it's going to be pieces. So the first thing I have is this odd art montage thing. Montage is not the right word. Hodgepodge? I don't know. Where I like to see the visual of my stats. There. I never finished it. I usually do this after the fact. I could probably fill this whole thing up because I did hit 140 books this year, but 145 actually, but you know. This is how I tracked my 21 before 2021. I color-coded them per the month that I read them in, although I repeated them in months, but still, it helps. That's my favorite one because I read it between 2 months, so I got both colors in it. This is how I track my goals, specific goals for reading, so you can see them and I actually list the ones that I meant to do. I did not complete that challenge, let me tell you. But that's really easy at a glance to see how well I did and how I didn't do for the year. So, although this one has more than is listed here because I ran out of space. So yeah. Here is my month at a glance kind of stats. So this is where I keep all my stats, how many books, whether the physical, audio, ebook, how many pages I read, how many minutes I listened to, my favorite book of the month, if I participated in a readathon, and I did that for each month. This helps me with my stats at the end of the month for my videos and that kind of thing, but I like the visual representation of it as well. And then we see how I actually do my month. So this was January of 2021. You can see I have my TBR, game rolls, and extras, and I just list my rolls, which ended here. I had 12 rolls for that game, which is ridiculous. And then I have my readathon and what goals I had for there, and there's me tracking them as well. And then I just kind of create these bars and see how much I fill up, which serves me well. When I DNF something, I can actually see visually how much I read of that book. So that is what the rest of these pages essentially look like. A phone call because I'm at work, but I also liked this top 21 of 2021 because I did a video on it. I'm not sure, I feel like something more is needed. I couldn't fit it on one page, so 2-page spread it was, but I feel like I should make these bigger next time. I'm just saying. This looks like a black dot. That is The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue, right there. Definitely a good book. You can see I did the same format for this year, only it's a different shape. I outline it when I finish the book. I've got this guy again. I'm thinking of putting little lines there. That's pretty much the same too. But I wanted to show you that was different this year, is that I have my challenges in here, which is a lot of fun. So I can just fill them up as I go through my year-long challenges. I have a couple pages of that. More year-long challenges, leftover challenges, etc. I like having that in here now. But I also made a bingo board. As you can see, I'm slowly filling in. But I'm using stickers now of the covers, which makes me super excited because as we move forward, you see my new format. I actually can put the stars there. I can actually keep my stats, my word for it, all of it neatly in one place. It makes it so much easier for me than going back and forth to Goodreads every month, just to figure out how long things were. And for the minutes, I usually listen to them off my library, so I have to go to my history, etc. It's just easier this way to do it as I go, so I don't have to spend all of that time later doing it. And I also have my 10 chapter challenge, so when I have a challenge I can keep it in here, and it works pretty well so far. Next month, yep. This is gonna look familiar, but this is my actual everyday bullet journal. This is where I keep track of all of my other things. And so I'm using my regular style. I don't want to put stickers in this one. It would just make it too thick and bumpy and I have to write on this every day. So this is what it looks like. in my daily bullet journal where I also keep track of those things because I'm ridiculous and why would I not, right? Finally, here is where I keep my most up-to-date tracking. So I try to come in here daily or whenever I've read something, which is typically daily. And you can see I've got my current reads, which is not up to date because I've read more today, but I did update this yesterday. But one of my favorite things about this is this guy because it keeps all of my books for the year and I can just go back and look at them and see what my reviews were and all of that stuff. So this makes me very happy. Makes me very, very happy. What is the extra book? Okay. But I think a lot of people use this, but I use this in tandem with this guy and this guy. And the last, I don't know if you could consider this tracking, but in my library we do have history, which again I get the details for. So you can see I have up to here, all of those are currently loaned to me, but I can just go in and pick a book and go to details and it tells me how long my book is, so I can keep track of it that way. And it also tells me genres or subjects over there, which is also helpful. One thing that I've just recently started is this homemade thing. You can see this looks familiar because this is what I had in my book bullet journal. Same kind of thing. But I make printables for them for other people to be able to track books the same way I do. And I like to use the stickers in this far more than in the other one because I can replace these, and if they get thick, that's fine. I can add pages, take away pages, and I like that kind of thing. So I did make these for that. Ooh, and I also have stats and stuff, like my monthly reviews, but all on one page for 1 month with a little bit more specifics. I think that's a lot of fun too. I may or may not start doing that in my actual bullet journal. I may keep doing it in this thing and see how I develop my happy planner. But you see I've got some fun pages in here. Ooh, that's my page. So these are all my books, which makes me excited. My series that's coming out this year. I just like seeing them all together. Series trackers, because I really seriously need series trackers, which I think is going to be something that this journal does for me. Backlist, favorite author backlist. Those are again all of mine because why not? I like to print my own stuff. Readathons, which gives me more space to make those things pretty instead of trying to chalk them into my other books, but I may or may not keep those in my reading journal as well. Review pages. I don't really need review pages here because I have Goodreads for that. So for me, that's not necessary, but for other people who like to keep track of that stuff, I thought that was pretty cool. And then I want to show you my current month, which looks like this, and I'm super excited about how this looks versus the check marks. I love the outlining of it. I think it's so pretty. And it would be nice to have them all like that. Ooh, I get to do that one too. And then this is my 10 chapter challenge for the month, and where I just, again, printed all of my covers, but I also get to do pros and cons of the book so that when I talk about them on my video, it's all right there and it's easy. And I do have this also in my current bullet journal for just my books. But that's what this is. I haven't printed those pages yet. So same thing, bigger in a happy planner type thing, my current month. You know, really need to. Those are rating things, so that's not tracking stuff. So yes. Am I crazy? Yes, I track my books in a lot of different places. It's a little redundant, but I kind of like that because I get to do it a little bit differently in each one of them, and it eases my artist soul having all those different ways of doing that in the different varieties that I want to do them on, but are, again, redundant, repetitive, unnecessary, and absolutely make me happy. So, okay, there's how I track my books. Let me know how you track your books. Is there anything that you like to focus on while you're tracking your books that I didn't talk about, or I didn't hit on or show you, or that I don't do? Please tell me about those in the comments below because I would love to add something to my system if it works for me. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.